Summer tub update, 16th of August, 2026. Oh boy, it's already halfway through the month. Uh, so, just heard Geo jump in the water. Let's look at things. Of course, there was a male out who just dove in the algae, but Phineas vladicovi doing good. Let's see if we can see. I don't know, there's some pretty good sized, I don't know if you saw them, but there's some pretty good sized uh, young Phineas vladicovi in here. Well, they're diving in the algae, but they're pretty good size for sure. Um, yeah. Anyway, moving on. I should sit down and do, before I break down the tub, is kind of an overview of what happened in each tub, especially with the plants. But that'll be for another video. Gold Medaka's doing good, starting to get some real growing out here. They're actually, the juveniles are coloring up pretty good. Very good. Probably because they're getting a lot of color food. They really don't look that much less colorful than the ukihis were at this size, which, is kind of, again, indication of, just how long it takes the ukihis to cover up. And, I'm still going back and forth on which I'm going to keep going, the golds or the ukihis. Don't have enough space for both. Hikaris are doing good. I had to clear out some of the water lettuce and such earlier today because it was about overtaking everything. But yeah, the adult breeders you can see are doing fine. More of them back there, and then I've been seeing the little fry hanging around. I don't see any to hand right this moment, but they're around in here. And the seed canna is blooming really good, as is that apple mint. This plant that I thought might be an inherited plant that I thought might be a taro, a colocasia. It turns out it's actually an alocasia. I've actually got several more that are on my front porch. Okay. Also cleared out some space here in the in the tricolor tub. I was looking at them this morning. None of the tricolors, none of these offspring are actually tricolors. And there's probably about between 30 and 40 of them in here. We're only seeing, like a dozen here at the surface. But when I cleared out the water lettuce and, well, mainly the algae, they came up and I should get you guys closer. They came up closer and there, like I said, there was a good 30 of them hanging out. So yeah, we got cats doing their thing. Rained last night, so they're investigating. Yeah, wild. Okay, ukihis. As you can see, they're getting really good size on them, and there's quite a few of them. It's a pretty straight line at this point. There's only a couple white ones that I'm seeing around, which tells me that, get another generation or two and I'll probably breed totally straight. For those who don't know, this line came from, well, that's a long story, but basically, originally this is derived from the Yangife Hikaris that I got many years ago. Not many, like 2022. But, like 4 or 5 years ago. And then those ended up, contributing to the Halloween line, and then these came out of the Halloween line. And they're just your standard orange ukihis. I really do like the intensity of the orange on the adults, but like I've said, it takes some time for them to, the offspring to get that orange, which makes them less marketable. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about selling stuff. And the unfortunate thing is you have to sell stuff when you produce them in quantity because you can't keep them all. The Miyuki cross tub is doing well. Really overgrown. It's very difficult to clear out space because it's so overgrown. But you know, they're doing well, and I'll be excited to see how the iridescence develops on these guys. The tub is reaching the point where it's going to be probably within the next week or so, fully shaded for the rest of the season. So that'll probably slow their growth rate. But what can you do? Let's see if. Well, there he is. Oh no, he's diving down. Oh, he'll pop back up, I think, in a second. But yeah, Gio's doing good. Yeah, he's looking for food. Yeah, here, I'll pop this up. Oh, are you gonna come back up or are you gonna hide out? Don't know. He might. Oh no, he's coming back up. There he is. Yep, there he is. Having a look-see. So, yeah, he's doing good. Yeah, as to be expected. See, maybe not next year, but I want to upgrade him to like a 6-foot round tub, maybe. And then put, when they grow out, the other turtles in with him, but we'll see about that. This Halloween tub, doing pretty good. Like I've said before, not a whole ton of production, but otherwise, you know, they're doing okay. They're probably about the same level of production as the tricolor tub. Yeah. Over to the marbled Hikaris. There's still, let me see if I can find some. Oh, there's actually one of the breeders right there, if you can see her. I don't know if she's showing up in the shadow. But yeah, the breeders are still in here, and then, like, there's a fry right there. Or is there? Well, there was. I don't know if you can still see it or not. But yeah, there's a few fry in here. They're growing out slowly. Actually, there's a bigger fry right there, right by the leaf, edge of the leaf. I don't know if you can see very well. But yeah, they're growing out. This tub, obviously, the plants really grew in. Yeah, and the orange mint is in bloom. Yeah, it's just generally this tub. If it wasn't for the fact that yeah, that I didn't realize I didn't have a male in it for much of the actual season, then it would have probably been pretty productive. Okay, let's see if we can catch these young Aphanius mento. They've put on some good size. Yeah, one of my favorite species to work with. A classic. And yeah, you know, wasn't sure a couple weeks ago if I had any, and guess what? Seems like they did okay. Be interesting to see when I tear this down how many actually ended up being produced. There's a green bottle fly. And yeah, this is actually a chameleon plant, and it's doing okay. Took a while to grow back in. Oh yeah, the baby turtle tub's doing fine. Again, haven't seen them, but put food in and it disappears, so I think they're doing okay. Interesting to pull them out at the end, see how much they grew. This tub, the non-productive white and black tub, is still non-productive. As you can see, the taro pot has been overgrown with seedlings of the twister rush and some mints. This fall, I'm actually going to go and dig up I'm going to let the pot dry out and then dig up the taro tuber and overwinter it dry and bare root, because it just, like, I overwintered it as a plant, like, you know, as a growing plant this last winter. It just, you know, didn't seem to do so great, and I think if I overwinter it dry and then plant it again in the spring, I might get a pop out of it. You can really see them here. The main white and black Medaka tub, you can see there's a bunch of the juveniles have really grown out, doesn't seem. I mean, we'll see when I tear it down in a month or so. It doesn't seem like there's a ton of that they produced a ton, especially considering the size of the tub. But all of it's pretty good sized. I'm guessing probably won't have enough. Oh, we'll see if I have enough to sell for next year. But basically next year I think I'm going to combine the white and blacks from this with the tricolor white and blacks and then continue that line. It is cool how in this light how blue these juveniles are though. Maybe I should actually just keep this line separate and try to breed for more of that blue coloration. Of course, the problem with when they're blue like this is A, it doesn't show unless they're outside natural light, and B, otherwise they just look like a white and black fish in an aquarium. And B, it means they're not as vibrant. Like the white doesn't pop out as much. Yeah. Okay, the kind of goldish Halloweens. Obviously, there's a ton of fry in here. Yeah, I think I'm hoping I have, not for the fall, but for spring, we'll have enough fish out of all of the Halloween tubs to be able to put together a batch to sell. You know, fingers crossed, we will see about that. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to have enough fish for a fall shipment this year. It might be wait until spring. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze here. Okay. On to the main Halloween tub. These guys are starting to color up, but yeah. You know, there's a decent amount of them in here. A lot of them are smaller. Going to have to grow them out over the winter. And getting plenty of off-color ones. And we got a cat coming to say hello. The gray cat. Who is looking for love. Yep. Yeah, you're a good girl. Yeah, very friendly. Well, she's friendly and then she's also very aloof. It's kind of a... She's a study in contrasts. But yeah. Yeah, Halloween line is doing okay. There's a breeder down there that just swam by that you can see. I mean, it's the problem, right? Is the breeders look amazing. The mature ones look great. Problem is, it takes quite a bit of effort to get them that bright orange and black. Yeah, and I guess kind of doing an overview. You know, with the plants, definitely learned a lot of things this year with stuff, especially with pots getting overwhelmed by other things like this. A lot of my pots have a lot of the, what you call it, the juncus and flexus, so like this straight rush, evidently really produced well last year and seeded itself in other pots, and I'm going to have to go and repot stuff to get like the, you know, this iris really is going to need to be repotted because there's so much juncus and flexus and mint that's growing in the pot, and you can see that with a lot of my pots of stuff. And I really should have stayed on top of getting, you know, pulling the off plants when they showed up, when they were little seedlings, rather than letting them grow in where now they got root systems and I have to actually, you know, repot and tear things up. But on the other hand, it is nice to have stuff that, you know, self-seeds, like these monkey flowers. I've also had a few other things that have done that, obviously, like the, you know, from last year, this, marsh marigold. So, yeah, it's just, yeah, we're getting, you know, we're in the later part of the season. We're getting towards the point where, you know, have to think of how we're gonna, you know, start taking things down. And that also means start thinking about what to do for next year. But that's a whole other subject. But yeah, probably not gonna, like, I'm probably still 3 weeks out from 3 to 4 weeks from actually starting to take things down. So, especially because I'm gonna be busy at the beginning of September. But yeah, by mid-September, I think I'm gonna be, yeah, starting to pull it down. So anyway, have a good one.